Hello everyone and welcome to another Crimson WoW draft, which is this time a premier draft. I had a couple of traditional drafts and I will play some best of one now. I have no aim to go to anything like mythic rank in the month of December, so I'll just play casually a few premier drafts here and there to kind of diversify my content. If someone prefers the best of one ranked content over the traditional drafts, there will be something for those too. So the first pick is very easy wedding announcement. A bum rare that you will never pass. If the rare was bad, I would take like probably the Flame Blessed Bolt, nice effective removal spell. The Resistance Squad is a bit risky, pick one because you want to have a lot of humans, but it's not hard to get a lot of humans, but I think that would be my third pick here. But yeah, let's take the rare now. And alright, so well, nice pack for white. I'm gonna take a white card here for sure. But I have seen that not all respect the Armored Katars. I myself think it is quite a good, but this has an actual chance to come back as pick number 10. I'm not taking the Armored Katars. I wouldn't take it anywhere. These both are quality cards. Fleeting Spirit and the Traveling Minister both are great, and I think the Traveling Minister is just the more desirable. This is when you play this on turn 2, this is just often going to trade with a creature. This will be better in the late game when you can actually threaten the first strike activation. But on turn 2, and well, I mean, it doesn't have to be turn 2. Let's say in the first half of the game, you don't necessarily have the 3 cards in your graveyard to threaten even the first strike. So this is good, but I think Traveling Minister is going to enable more sicker, board states, so to say. So it is a really good card. Alright, so the white cards in here are less interesting, but what is interesting here? I don't think the Shield Basher or the Bequiler are really kind of a pick 3 worthy picks here, so I think I can get these cards later in the draft, and I don't want to play them in multiples, so I'm not gonna take it. I think I have 2 options here. And I don't like the blue cards yet too much. Cruel Witness is okay, but I'm actually thinking between the Evolving Wilds and the Courier Bat. Maybe even the Knife, but the Knife is something you can get later too, and you don't want to play multiples. So Evolving Wilds is always a good mana fixer that doesn't, cost a spell slot. But the Courier Bat with Traveling Minister is also interesting, but then again, Courier Bat is also the kind of card you can get later. I take the Evolving Wilds because that was overall just a weak pack. I will take the card that, unless I end up mono-colored, I will definitely benefit from this card quite a, well, maybe not quite a bit, but this will always be a pure upside. I don't consider it the enters tapped feature of this land bad at all. I just am interested in hitting my colors, and it's best to do so with just lands, not using any spells to fix your colors. Alright, so here I could take the statue. The Adamant Will is not going to be a pick. Hookhand Mariner is probably the other option here. Not sure if this is great in a white aggressive deck, but this might not be a white aggressive deck. I think I'll take the statue over the Hookhand Mariner here still. I'm not sure what is open here really. The quality of packs is not that amazing here that have been passed to me now. I mean, the one that had the Traveling Minister and the other white cards was nice, but third and fourth packs here that I saw, they were not that amazing. Alright, so there is a Kindly Ancestor, there's a Piercing Light, there's a Nurturing Presence, there's a third Cruel Witness I'm passing. Seems like blue and white are the open colors, but these blue cards are not just... I mean, I need more power from blue. I'll just stick here to picking white cards. Now, the Panicked Bystander, it's at its best in a white-black deck. But I have a Traveling Minister. I might get the Heron, what is there for 2/3 flyer for 4 anyway. So I think I'll take this as a speculation pick kind of, because this won't be that good unless you can make it somehow easy to transform it, and even then you would rather have access to black mana. But I think that was a fine pick still. Now here I will take a Traveling Minister. At this point I am interested also in the Courier Bat, thanks to this also gaining some life, but And Gift of Fangs won't be bad either, but I take the Minister, it's just it's really decent. Now, okay, well the blue cards keep coming, not a surprise there. There's like a Vampire Slayer and there's a Moldgraph Millipede. Okay. And the blue cards in here. There's a Keswick Flame Breather too, let's not forget that. I don't mind having white-red as my archetype, but maybe I'll just take the white 2-drop. Yeah. Another vampire. Okay, there's now a Spore Color. Maybe it's time to pick a decent green card here. I don't really want to run 2 of those Vampire Slayers. I take the green card now. So there's a Militia Rallier. I didn't get the thing that draws me a card back. I think it was in pack 1, wasn't it? Maybe it was. Anyway, Piercing Light or the Rallier. Could pick either one. There's a green 2-drop, but I'm easily could not be green here. I don't know, this is kind of a random 3-drop. Maybe I'll take one Piercing Light over the first 3. And yeah, here is the Arm of the Katas, which I don't think is a big surprise. I'll take it, and I like it. I will play it. Here I could take the Binding Geist, but probably not. Yeah, it's not that strong actually. I'll take the white card here. Okay, Sure Strike if I go red here. I don't like the Wedding Invitation that much. Okay, which of these is the card I'm more likely to play? How many spirits? I have only one. I suppose I'll take the Nurturing Presence. Okay, Vandalite Spirit could be played. Alright, so I'm white and then I'm open to go to any other color if I just opened some nice rare of that color, but that didn't happen, only a land. And since I don't even know if I'm gonna be red or not, I'm obviously not gonna pick it, but I'm considering now my actual pick here. I could take the Griffwing Cavalry. I could take even another Panic Bystander, but I would maybe take one of the black cards over that. I mean, with a couple of Traveling Ministers and also the Bystander I have, that is 3 cards that can gain me life. I think I'll take the Courier Bat over the Griffwing Cavalry. I'm not that impressed by the Griffwing Cavalry, so I'll take the 3-drop that can get me some card advantage instead. Okay, there's a Sigarda Summos. I don't think it's a good card, but let's read it. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters have... Okay, well, I mean, you would have to be very, very focused on the training stuff in order to play this card, for sure. It's not really good. But there is a Sigarda's Paladin. Now there's a nice red card too, but I think with the Spore Crawler and this is being just overall a pretty strong card, especially if I can actually get something with training, which I don't have yet. But I think this is a good spot to take another green card, and kind of, I know I took the Courier Bat, but if I don't get anything, well, I just got a card for the, I mean, anything black I can easily ignore, but this is really decent in the white-black archetype. If you gain life, create a blood token, and I can easily create them by gaining life here. That's it. There is also the Taxidermist, which could be good with the green stuff, and not only good, but it would be good. Wow, this is actually interesting. I took the Paladin. I could take either of these uncommons. The pick is one of them. I just don't know which one it is. I think I haven't played with this a lot, or maybe even I haven't played even once with it. I'm gonna actually take this just because I have played with green-white, but not so much with black and white. But either of those picks would have been reasonable. Now, I take the trainee here. I don't like the Blood-Sworn Squire a lot. I think it's like playable, but nothing like a strong 4-drop. The trainee is going to be good with a double minister here for sure. So I think I will most likely, unless I get something great from green, I think it's pretty easily gonna be white and black. Oh, and then there's a Dorothea Vengeful Victim, which is pretty darn good. Alright, done. Is there even anything else that I should consider here? There's a green card, but I have one Vandalite Spirit, so I would lose the Courier Bat and the Bloodseeker. I could take the Recluse, but I don't have a lot of ways to discard. Oh man, I guess I'll take these, and I mean, if I get some good blue, I can still beat blue. This is such a strong card. So first of all, you will attack with this or block, and usually you connect for 4 because it flies also, and then this becomes a pretty darn good enchantment. Alright, so not gonna take the efficient, but then again there's a desperate farmer here, another life gain card. And the blue stuff here, not that good. Okay, there's also the blood crazed socialite, which I think is quite nice because once it can attack as a 5/5 and then a 3/3 menace still, yeah, unless you have more blood tokens. I mean, it's a nice card, but I think with this deck I'll take the farmer here. I have some life gain synergies here. Okay, well now it is rather easy. I'll take another Bloodseeker over the Gift of Fangs. I would like to have one Gift of Fangs in the deck, but I suppose I have a Piercing Light, which kind of does similar stuff. But yeah, now I will just be a life gain deck. So I will forget the... I mean, I picked the blue card, but it wasn't to be. Okay, Wedding Invitation. Do I have Vampires too? Well, it's the Bloodseekers. Well, I mean, this also gains me life, so I guess I could consider this if I get some more vampires from black. And here, should I take the Sealed Basher? I don't actually have any 4-drops because I'm gonna cut the Paladin. I should actually clean up this deck, but I don't have time for that now. I suppose one Sealed Basher is fine. I'm not gonna splash anything for red, so the land is kinda useless there. And here, okay, now I get the Socialite, which I will take over the Vampire Slayer here. This is also a vampire for the... if I'm gonna end up playing the Wedding Invitation. Alright, let's take the only uncolored card. I'm not a fan of that though if I don't have a lot of enchantments. Heirloom won't be needed. I also have the statue too. I don't think I'm gonna play 2 of those tappers, but anyway, I picked the white card there. Okay, so let's cut now the non-white, black cards. I think this is it. This is like a 21 non-lands, but there are some cuttable cards there too. Now, Dollhouse of Horrors, really slow. Really slow. It will dominate in the late game, of course, but I actually think... oh, I was actually going to take the Bleed, sorry, the Traveling Minister over the Dollhouse, but now I just saw there's this Bleed drive. Yeah, well, I mean, this is the pick, obviously, but I would have taken the Minister over the Dollhouse. This I'm taking over the Dollhouse easily. Alright, Catilda. Alright, a nice pack. I mean, there's a Valorous stance, which is also a very, very strong card. And I would like to have the 2-drop of Drogskull Infantry here, of course, too, but Catilda is just a straight-up bomb. How many spirits do I have here? I have actually, this lies a bit because I have these 2 5s, which I at least will cut one, maybe even both, but it doesn't matter. The enchantment part of Catilda is actually the better one even. You don't mind jump blocking, this could be a 1/1 just, then you jump block and then you have a fantastic enchantment you can put on some of you guys. But yeah, it's sad to pass the stance here, but I mean, I'm not sad to pick a bomb rare. Okay, there's a Drogskull Infantry, there's another Socialite, but I think well, do I need a 2-drop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, and I don't necessarily play the Vampire Slayer, but I think, even though I like the Socialite, I guess I have the Blood Swan Squire, which I can play as a 4-drop vampire too. Yeah, I do want to have the 2-drop here still. And another Traveling Minister. This deck could actually use the discussion, but I have so much life gain synergies now that I should just take all the ministers I can find here. Alright, so the Innocent Traveler, definitely a good one, but Fierce Retribution is nice removal, and I actually, this deck, if it needs something, it needs removal. I have only a Bleed Dry and the Piercing Light here. I think, anyway, the Retribution is gonna be the pick over the 4-drop right there. Here, this deck could use a Ceremonial Knife. Well, I know it doesn't need a Vampire Slayer number 2, and probably not any of this kind of a 3-drop 2/2 either, so I take the knife here. And okay, the Recluse. I have some ways to generate treasure tokens, but I'm not even that sure if I care about it that much. This is best of 1. There's no sideboard consideration. Aim for the Head is a nice sideboard card. I'll just take the uncommon. I don't think the Recluse is the card I'm gonna play in this deck. And okay, there's a Griff Rider and a Hero of Hope. Let's see. I kind of like the Grief Rider here as another 3 mana creature player. I don't always even want to play the Courier Bat on 3. Yeah, I like the hero and it's really decent in this deck. But darn. Maybe with triple Traveling Minister I have to take it. But I really like the... In this deck would have liked the Grief Rider. Yeah, that was tough. Don't think I'm gonna play anything here. I have so many cuts to make. Not gonna play the Officiant, not gonna play the Groom's Finery. I'll just take the Vengeance away so that no one gets it. Alright, here the same story. Not gonna play any of that, so let's take the uncommon. And, well, I won't need a third of these. I don't need anything. Let's take the best card away, which is the Flourishing Hunter. In best of one, when you don't have to worry about sideboards, you can just use your picks on whatever when your deck is basically ready. I guess I could play the Adamant Wheel, but let's see if I find room for it in the deck. It seems like I have a bunch of decent stuff here and not a lot of cards I would automatically cut from the deck now. Yeah. Okay, I got the Servitor. Well, I guess I can put it to the deck, but I will cut it. Well, the sideboard literally has only cards that need some other colors, so I can easily go to this mode in here, cut the lands for now. How many black cards it is? It is only 7, but I think I will play all of them. Maybe I could cut the Squire, but I don't maybe have that much late game, so probably not. How many enchantments I have? I have 2, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna play them. Yeah, I'm thinking about the usefulness of the Heron Blessed Geist. I of course have the Drogskull Infantry, Wedding Announcement, Catilda, which can become, I mean, this is always an enchantment, but Catilda and Infantry can become enchantments, but you can't activate this from graveyard if you don't control an enchantment. So I don't like it, just a 5 mana 3/3 flyer that will rarely have the option to use the activation. And usually when I have the Wedding Announcement on the battlefield, I'm in a good shape anyway. So the things that are enchanted by the Catilda's Rising Dawn or the Drogskull Armaments, they will usually meet a removal of some kind. So I see often having this in my graveyard without being able to activate it. So I think I'll cut that, and I will cut one of the Beguilers too right away. I might play one actually. And then am I gonna play all these 4 mana drops here? I think the Shield Basher is the least interesting one, but I could still play it. Let's see the other cards if there are some easy ones. And there are. The Nurturing Presence, don't have need for that. Something else that is really easy. I guess in the end the Wedding Invitation. Well, actually the Blood Servitor. I take that at least. How many vampires that's currently? It is 4. So of course this can make any creature unblockable, but only a vampire gains lifelink. But lifelink is something this deck cares about. The Bloodseeker, Traveling... No, this is the one that can give me life. So the Restless Bloodseeker cares about gaining life. The Panicked Bystander cares about gaining a lot of life. And then of course Courier Bat cares about life. And well, Hero of Hope, well, it doesn't care about gaining life that much, but it does boost any life gain effect. So is that enough? I think the Wedding Invitation is still... It's a 2 mana card that draws your card. Yeah, so you don't lose a card, but you lose 2 mana worth of tempo. So imagine if you play this on turn 2 compared to you just play something that affects the board. A huge difference. On turn 4 you might play the Wedding Invitation and a 2 mana spell, but the opponent plays a 4 mana spell which will outclass your 2 mana spell usually easily. So it's not really free, even though it doesn't cost you a card. The 2 mana is a lot. So I don't think this deck needs this kind of way to push, getting unblockable attackers out. And I have enough life gain perhaps to just... this is only a one-shot life gain effect, and only if I don't control a vampire. So I think I'm gonna cut the invitation. I still have some cuts to make here, so I will play the Arm the Katas. I like it, kind of a surprise finisher. I like the knife, I like the piercing light. I'm thinking about playing 16 lands, or I could maybe... yeah, I think I'll play 16 with the statue. I like that the statue will eventually always become a 5-5. Even if you draw it late, unless the game is about to be over, this will be a 5-5. And you only pay 3 mana for it, and in the meanwhile it, creates more mana for you if you still need mana for something. So I think I'll play the statue, and then yeah, the 3-drop. I'm not gonna cut the other 3-drops. They are quite good. So how many 2-drops that is in the end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is kind of the sweet spot where I usually want to be. Now that said, I could say that the piercing light is kind of an early drop. Plus, of course, I do have these traveling ministers which I can play turn 1 too. So I could see cutting the vampires later. Then again, this is best of 1, so if I want to get any benefit from this effect, this will kill any vampire. 1 for 1, so sometimes it is useful, of course. But a lot of the vampires are still small that are going to be, trading with 2/2s anyway. So I'm not sure how good this is. I like it as a sideboard card. But other than that, it is just a 2 mana 2/2. So I think I will cut it. Yeah. And then I will play the Adamant Will as some kind of a trick. 17 creatures, 7 non-creatures. Would be 16 lands here now. I have so many more white cards that I can easily, with the Evolving Wilds, play. I can play 9 plains, 8 plains, 7 swamp with the Evolving Wilds. That will, and with the Foreboding Statue, which can add any color. I should be not too much in panic with the double casters, especially with the Arm the Katas, which you rarely want to use early in the game, so you have time to find the other white source. And Catilda is also nice 3-drop, but also strong enough a card that it is relevant later, and the same applies for the Bleed Dry. If you don't have double black on turn 4, this is gonna be useful still later when you finally find your second black. So I think this is the deck. Yeah, 16 lands with the Foreboding Statue, and these early drops I have here. I think it should be fine. So let's just do that. I'm still thinking about the wedding invitation. It kind of is a interesting way to gain more life sometimes, but maybe unnecessary. The Sealed Passer is also, well, it is a way to push through. I could see this deck maybe lacking a bit in ways to push through. Although this is a good finisher too. I mean, 5. Yeah, this is really good way to finish games too. So maybe I don't need the 4 mana 4/2. Alright, I'm actually gonna make this change here still. I'm gonna cut the Sealed Passer, and I will play the Wedding Invitation. I will try it. I haven't played this card, I think, not even once in this format. This is my draft number, 37, which doesn't even include the sealed deck events and the Arena Open draft. So I have played a lot of limited of this format, and I haven't put Wedding Invitation, if I recall correctly, to any of my decks. And this deck could be the one that actually benefits from it a bit at least. So yeah, but the mana will be the same. And this also is a 2 mana cantrip, so if I get stuck, at 2 lands, this at least allows me an extra card draw if I happen to have it available. So yeah, that is now enough discussion. Like I said, 8 plains, 7 swamp with the Evolving Wilds. Let's play the Midnight Hunt swamp. Okay, that's the deck, and it's the only deck because it's a best of 1 event. Oh man. Opponent is on the play and a Malignant once. I have 7 swamps and an Evolving Wilds. Down. I think I will have to mulligan. It's too risky. I might just not draw the swamp. Okay, this is a lot better. They are mulligan to 5 actually. I will, in this case when I have these cheap cards, I will just lose a planes here. I can actually play all the spells here. And I'm up against the person who mulliganed to 5, so yep. So I shouldn't be in too much trouble here. They have an Oleback escort. Well, I think the traveling minister is just gonna be better. Unless they have a lot of, well, I don't know. The vampires left. They have a 1-drop, 2-drop, but of course that also means that they are down at 2 cards here. Now I did draw my panicked bystander here. Which is, I mean, I had it in my opening hand, but which will hold this thing back, this board back a bit. I'm just thinking if I should. Okay, actually the curve is pretty nice here. Wonder why they didn't attack into the bystander. It's actually weird. Because they could have attacked into it. Now I have a question here to ask. I mean, I can. Yeah, I think the answer is rather easy. I will play this thing. Pretty lucky to get the land, by the way. It would have been maybe a bit awkward to not get it. But now I will do it like this. I will offer the trade. I know I lose the opportunity. This can't of course block ground guys. Lose the opportunity to make this into a 3/5 potential death toucher. But this will become a 4/3 lifelinker. That is valuable. And they will of course lose. It's just a trade. It's not like, okay, and they chose to not block there. And next turn I can actually gain. I can transform this because either of these will be a big thing, problematic thing for them. So what I can do now, I can make this, because this has lifelink, I can make it into, 3/2 lifelinker. I will keep I could play the ceremonial knife and equip it, but I'd rather keep Adamant Will open and have the courier bat post combat if I need it. Because now if they do block, the bystander will, I mean, even if they don't block, the bystander will transform. Because I have gained, what, 4 life this turn, so 5 life this turn actually. And now I can just play the courier bat. If their final card is a counter spell, so be it, but this is just basically game 1. Unless they counter it, but yeah, and they actually have a counter spell there. But I mean, now this is a 3/5. I can raise this easily, this board here. And even if they answer the culprit here, I have a hand full of stuff still. Well, they have a bounce spell actually. That's not bad for them at all. But I'm still winning the race. Now, of course, this is gonna not be transformed anymore, but given my hand, I'm not worried. That was a good curve from the opponent, given that they did mulligan to 5. Now, I did mulligan to 6, but I'm also stuck at 3 lands, so of course I have a lot of playables here. So I'm gonna play the trainee instead of equipping this thing. So let's attack for 3. I mean, it's impossible to trade with the, race with the Vandalite Spirit here, because I'm getting 1 life a turn, so this is actually just 1, effectively dealing me 1 damage per turn. Now I can start growing the trainee here, which will be quite nice too. And they have also playing their lands with giving me perfect information, so I don't need to worry about anything here. So now I'm gonna just play the Catilda, right? Post combat, so I don't need to. This can't trade with anything, so I'll just boost, of course, this. If I boost the other one, it won't get trained. I won't be having mana for the equip here, so this should be now. Unless the opponent has like a, I don't know, even if they have a Wrath effect, it's only gonna reset the board with me having cards in hand, while they don't. So I think now they are hurt by the 6 lands and mulligan to 5. So the Voice of the Blessed is, just a 2/2 now, and I have the Fierce Retribution for it anyway. So this can block flyers, but I have an adamant wheel, or I can just let this die. Although the D-step cost is 5, so maybe it makes not that much sense. So I'm gonna use the adamant wheel here. So let's see. This has lifelink, by the way. Oh, I can now transform the bystander. Yeah, well that's easy then. That is really easy then. I can. Actually, I'm gonna do this so I can grow the trainee too. So this equips here. Pump it. And I don't even have to use the... I don't have to use the adamant wheel. I can just play the traveling minister here. Okay, they choose not to even block. So, I mean, this will transform now and I can play my minister. I guess, oh, well, the Wrath effect is a sacrifice effect, so it doesn't actually even... I mean, this doesn't even help against it, so... I guess it doesn't make any sense to keep mana up for this. Well, yeah, that was... rather easy after their mulligan, and well, even if they didn't, my curve here was good, and I was stuck at 3 lands with no double white for a bit, but I did draw the second white soon enough to get all this going on. So that was this would have been a good hand against any opponent who didn't mulligan to 5. Okay, definitely a nice hand. I want to draw, but it doesn't matter really much. Oh, I even drew the 1-drop here. I have about 3 of these guys, so it's not that unlikely. They have a 2, have this on turn 1, but they have a black spell for 1 mana. I think that has to be the one that... Bye-bye, Minister there. That probably is the one that says... I'm not gonna gain any life now. It would have been pretty fantastic combination with this, but... Oh well. They have the black card, most likely that says... Target creature, if it dies this turn, return it tapped with a +1/+1 counter. Doomed Dissenter. Now it's actually good with this one. Still, they lose the card, they will get a 2/2 Dissenter back, they will get a... Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, letting that happen. They will have 2 2/2s. But... And the other one even is one with a Dread Trigger that will create yet another 2/2. So they will use 2 cards to eventually create 3 2/2s. But that's gonna happen anyway. I mean, I'm not gonna... I guess I'll just have to not care. Not care about the 2/2s. I'm not gonna not attack here. I mean, I can not attack and force them to kind of leave mana open for it. But I don't care. I'm gonna just let them use it now. Yeah, but it is a good card with any enters the battlefield anti-death triggers. Oh, they didn't wanna use it, or they didn't have it. Well, I'm happy. Happy about that. I mean, that has to be it. What other instant... I mean, unless the opponent plays with full control. Of course, that's a possibility, but that's really rare. Okay, they drew some cards now. And, well, I can trade with that 2/2, or I can use the adamant wheel, but I don't really want to. I can put the infantry in my graveyard. It will be a nice aura. I can, for example, put it on the Restless Bloodseeker, so it will be a 3/5 instead of 1/3. Yeah, I don't feel like I want to use the adamant wheel there. Now I know when you just add counters to this, so that it's not gonna transform, you can leave the counter adding to opponent's end step. But I have misclicked to my own turn at least once, and I don't want to do that. There was like no reason to leave this untapped, so I might as well, tap it on my own turn just to make sure I don't misclick and forget to add the counter, because you have to add mana to get the counter. So now this keeps indestructible. I wonder why they did it, why they let me, I mean, they didn't even try to see if I used this step card there. I guess they can have more removal, but I'm still gonna do it. I mean, I don't even gain life anyhow, so this is not a big threat now. On the other hand, this foreboding statue will be a 5/5 very soon. So if they have removal and they use it on the Bloodseeker here, I will at least maybe have a bigger chance to let this statue to survive. Now I will, because I might wanna block. I won't be tapping this now, but now I just have to remember. I think the game auto stops here on the end step, but I'm gonna. Oh, they have some kind of exploit here now. So they had malice here. All right. So I'm gonna lose one of these things, and actually, I mean, this is a 5/5. This is a 3/5, which is a very nice ability if I ever just got more life gain. I have the Fierce Retribution to deal with the Gargantua. So I have to sacrifice a creature right now. I think it's gonna be the Bloodseeker because I don't have. I mean, this will transform if I sacrifice 2 blood tokens. I'm not getting any blood tokens here. And this 5/5 will be good. I killed the 5/4 with the Retribution, so bye-bye that thing. Might as well use this for mana now to add the counter and then... Come on. Right, so probably I have to use the mana here now, because otherwise I don't get to transform it. I think I'm gonna just play it safe. They might have like even more Undying Malices, so I'm gonna just kill this thing right now. How many creatures they have in the graveyard? They will have now 1, 2 now, so this will only become bigger when they have, 4. I'm not gonna play these because I have ways to generate blood tokens. So they have multiple pointed discussions, so I don't want to play these because my deck doesn't have anything too expensive. Okay, they can start training this guy, and now this is one of the cards I have in my deck, which I would want to draw. I guess I'll play the Plains now. Man, I mean, I'm losing now with my Flood here. Well, I'm not saying yet I'm losing. I could draw some nice cards, but the problem is I can leave this guy to block. But then they can make this into a 2/5 and they will connect me. They will equip this most likely. They will deal 5 to me. So of course I'm winning the race. But they have 2 blood tokens, so they are gonna get something relevant. I think I'm gonna attack, but I'm not liking this one bit. I'm not liking this one bit that I have no spells to play now. Yeah, that is 8 lands and 6 spells. It is tough. Tough with that. And now they can... I mean, I can connect with this 5/5 another time. That is something, because if they want to train this, they have to leave only the Weaver as a blocker, and that means, of course, that... well, unless they want to jump block, they will go to 3, which could allow me to win with the... Oh, come on. I mean, I'm actually losing the race. Now they can... Well, no, actually, if they draw... No, they have so many redraws. Guess I'm gonna play a land too. I mean, they have so many redraws here. By the way, they did jump block with this thing. Oh, they have more gas. They don't even need these blood tokens. They have all they need. So if they want to train this more... They're gonna double block? No, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So now, again... I'm almost dead here. If I draw land, I will concede. Yeah. I mean, I drew, in the end, 10 lands and 6 spells when the opponent had all this stuff. Of course, they did have 2 card draw spells, but it's easy to play card draw spells when the other guy doesn't pressure you at all. So they had the removal. And they had the blockers, and now I can't even attack because they can take 3 and I will lose to counter attack. This has many, so I will take 4 anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any Wrath effect here, so that was just me drawing all those lands and not having a chance. Okay, this is fine. I have the cantrip to find my third land. And I wish I can draw some other creatures before I play the Courier Bat. Some cheap creatures, please. Because the Ministry is, of course, enabling the bats. A triggered ability. Green-white. Disciple. Alright. Well, that's interesting, actually. That is interesting. I could play just a Minister. Yeah, I think I'll play the Minister here. I'm gaining 2 life per turn, so I will have a bunch of time to find my draws. Land draws. Well, they have a fast start. I might have to use something like a Fierce Retribution quite soon, but I'm taking here 5 or 6 damage now. Yeah, I'm gaining 2 life, of course. Well, that's a 2-drop, I guess, but... yeah... That's... I mean, opponent curves out like this 2, 3, 4, with effectively a 2-mana 3/3 also. And yeah, I haven't lost this game. I mean, I had a flood into this, so yeah. Classic best of 1. You can lose 2 out of your 3 games, just to have a flood and then a mana screw, and they can start growing this thing. That will be hit by a lot. I mean, this is gonna be at minimum as 8 damage attack. And how do I even stabilize here? The 2 life per turn is no longer enough. Yeah, I mean that basically. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. So that was a pretty awkward start to the event. First I win. Of course, opponent did mulligan to 5. Well, I mulligan to 6, but I had a very sweet hand and my deck functioned very well. Then flooding out, and then mana screw, and that could just be. I mean, it's gonna be. I need to have back-to-back wins if I want to have any reasonable result in this event. But this is best of 1 for you. But the deck, I think, is quite powerful, so if I have like normal draws, I do believe in my good chances here. Now I'm on the draw, but I don't mind. Okay, now I did get the 3rd land, so I can go with Bloodseeker into a Desperate Farmer into a Hero of Hope, actually, now that I drew 2 lands back to back, so now I should have a good fighting chance here. Let's see what the opponent has. They don't have any interest to trade that thing into a 2/2 token. Now I'm thinking about if I should attack. I'm gonna play this, of course, first, because if this dies, I will get to transform it. So this should be. I mean, either they now block. Okay, they must have some kind of a exploit, maybe. Don't know. Celebrants, alright. That's fine. So... well, with the Courier Bat, I think this is an easy attack. I can trade with the Celebrant and then get it back because it has lifelink. Then this will also trigger and all that. Don't even need to play a land here. I don't need to give any information about my stuff. I don't think I'm gonna... I kind of like to leave the Bloodseeker as a blocker in case they don't. I mean, most likely they will. Yeah, I think they will most likely block here. So I'm gonna attack with both. And I don't need the Bloodseeker here. Get some life here and play this into this. And then I can play the Ceremonial Knife too. So next turn I can, for example, if I want to just equip the knife, which will be good, because when I can sacrifice 2 blood tokens I get to transform this guy. And yeah, so I can equip and play the farmer, or I can of course just play the Heron of Hope. But let's see what they do. They discard a Rich Wolf. I guess they don't need it too much here. Black Red has access to a lot of removal, so I expect something to die here. Okay, that was their exploit thing here, which was to be expected. So now, what's the move here? This becomes a 3-3. I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of time to use the 5 mana activation though. I have the Heron of Hope. I might just prefer the flyers in here in the end. This can't even continue attacking. I can continue attacking with the Courier Bat that will hit for 3 damage. Then I can play the Desperate Farmer here. So I think the Bloodseeker has to go. Okay, Retribution will be also good, but I don't want to telegraph it too much. They will know it's here if I'm gonna pass with 2 mana up, not equipping the Ceremonial Knife. So I think I will just do this. Do this. And of course I can take the 5 damage. I can even take the 7. The question is, do I want to block with the farmer? I don't think. If they attack with both. Okay, I don't think I have anything now in my... Okay, that is a good one. Yeah, they're gonna leave this to block, understandably. They will get a 1-1 to block though, but... Well, obviously I'm not gonna jump block. But this is... Now they will get the 7 damage at some point. Okay, Piercing Light. Well, I didn't draw... I don't need to use the Retribution, so they will... I mean, there's a chance they will get to 13 permanents next turn easily. And they will kill one of my guys, or you know, hit me for 7, but I don't think they can really hit me for 7. So, don't really know if I should even use the Piercing Light here, though. Because this farmer isn't gonna do a whole lot. It can be double blocked by a couple of these 1-1s anyway. I mean, I can just let it trade. That's what I'm thinking, and leaving maybe the Piercing Light for something else. So if they trade, they will go to 10 permanents. They can play a land, a spell. Well, I mean, it's possible they don't get to... It's possible they don't get to... I don't even get the life if I use the Piercing Light here. But I guess I get to scry and all that. Yeah, let's use it. I mean, it's not gonna be any better than that, now is it? This makes it a little bit... Okay, oh, that's really good. Wow, that was really good that they chose it that way. Wow. I mean, I didn't expect them to double block. Why would they double block there? Okay, Catilda, that's great. So, this is fantastic because now I gain also the life there. And they lost 2 permanents and they are now down to, what, 9 here. So I can play, of course, this thing. Now, this was great. And next turn I can play the Catilda and have the Fierce Retribution up. They need a lot of permanents now to get the 7 damage on this turn. Alright, well, I have a new target for the Fierce Retribution. Okay. Yeah. They did not attack. Yeah, thank you for the blood tokens, and I won't be attacking here now. I don't have the 6. If I had the 6 here, now they can, of course, now get the Stensi Uprising, but so what? They will kill one of my guys. And if they kill one of the flyers, I will in fact... Oh, they can actually, yeah, they can exile the Catilda when it goes to graveyard, but I don't plan to, you know, block with it. But their point is, if they don't kill the farmer with this thing, this will be a 4-3 lifelinker. And there's also a chance that they won't kill anyone. They can just, this is not a mandatory thing. They can choose not to sacrifice it. They can choose to continue making those 1-1 ground guys. But the good thing for me is that I have a lot of flyers. I don't have to care about their ground guys. So now I think I'm going to make a like a see what they have. So I'm gonna pass, and I can make a triple block here, like this, and see if they have something. Kind of hope they have like a sure strike there. That would be great. Nothing. Destroy target attacking creature. So now they have 10 permanents. The token will be the 11th, so they need 2 more permanents if they want to get the 7 damage. They might not be able to get it. That's a magma pummeler. Okay, that's a lot of good ground stuff. Now I would... I'm gonna get a bunch of life with these things. I won't be attacking with the Desperate Farmer, but I will win them in 2 attacks. I can make this guy unblockable, but I'd rather have it maybe next turn on the Socialite. I can block with the Desperate Farmer. Sadly, I can't. What I can't do is I can't activate the Hero of Hope and play the Socialite. But I think the Socialite is too important here. This will gain me still 2 life because of the Hero of Hope. So yeah, let's make them. They will be dealing 7. I mean, I'm facing a lot of damage, but I have to jump block the Gargantua thing here. Yeah. I hope this is going to be enough. I go to 16 here. Don't need these blood tokens for anything, it seems. Now I could play this and hope to draw a land, but that just makes no sense. I wanna play this now, and next turn, even if I lose some of these flyers, this will be a 5/5 unblockable with the Wedding Invitation. So let's just make sure I'm not gonna go down to 7 life. Fellstinger, okay, that they will have 4 mana left to do something. So this will deal 7. They can easily orchestrate the situation in such a way, so I must not go down to 7 here now. But it's pretty easy when I just jump block the Gargantua. Okay, this will prevent damage, so if I jump block the Pummeler, I won't get the life. So I'd rather get the life by blocking the Gargantua. I don't plan to block with the Socialite. It's winning by itself. So they are facing a bunch of threats here they need to deal with. Now I could just, take 5 here, but it feels... This is kind of pointless when they have the 5/5 Pummeler in here. Let's just block here. I gain an additional life thanks to the Hero of Hope too. So I go to 19 now, so I can even survive maybe. Even if they somehow deal with this situation now, they need to deal with both the Socialite and one of the flyers. That's just how it goes. They choose to deal 7 to the Courier Bat. That happens. It's understandable because, well, I can still equip the Catilda and yeah, so they do need two answers, and it's gonna be hard. They have 4 mana, so they could have it, but it's not gonna be easy. They could have a deal 5 damage instant speed and deal 2 damage instant speed to deal with all that. But I mean, if they have it all, then they have it all. They clearly have something, but they need to have 2 here. Okay, so guess I think I'll play the land here still. So a ceremonial knife on the guest. They can have an upgrade and upgrade too. Well, I mean, they can have a lot of stuff. Doesn't matter who I'm gonna equip with this thing. Probably not. Target creature can't be blocked. Well, I can... or might as well do this. Well, actually, no point. If they have an upgrade on this, I want to first sack. Yeah, I will do it the correct way. So now let's just go to attacks. Just in case I put a stop here, I don't want to accidentally pass any priorities here. I want to first make this blood-crazed socialite into a 5-5, so that upgrade won't be killing it. They have to use upgrade right now if they want to use it on that. And that's what they have. So no point to wasting this wedding invitation. But now they didn't have the second thing, but they could have had. They could have had another upgrade. They could have had the shock variant too. But I guess I'm very glad they didn't, because I was facing quite a ground force here. But now let's say if they have the shock variant on this thing, I will still activate these gains of life. They will be at 2. So they would have to draw another removal on the Heron of Hope still. Because I don't think I would have died to this attack. It's 8, 10, 15, this gains me life. Yeah, I wouldn't have died to their next attack. And I would have still had a lethal unblockable thing even with the wedding invitation. Alright, so yeah, I got to win a second match in the event. Well, fantastic hand. 1, 2, 3, and a removal 4 mana card. And of course the statue is, at its best on turn 3, of course, because that's the most likely spot in the game when the mana really can matter, and of course that's also going to make it relevant enough for the the 5-5 will be in time. I will not offer the trade because I have the trainer here. I might need to have the minister to train the trainee a bit. Blue-white. Drug skull, okay. Well, they have a good start too. 1-drop, 2-drop. So now the question is who is gonna be able to continue better. The Heron of Hope will be really good with the traveling minister. Not offering any trade, although I could. Yeah, I can, because I can use the bleed dry on the thing that's going to be enchanted by the Drogskull armaments, maybe. So yeah, trading this won't be that easy. Let's just offer the trade. They might not block, of course. That's totally fine. My threat is the Heron of Hope here. And this, eventual 5-5. And I have the 4 mana thanks to the statue, even if I don't draw a land. Brinecomer, it's nice, but not necessarily something I care about too much right now. I did draw the land, but that doesn't mean I'm going to attack with the statue. I'm going to need to add mana to get the counters, and I don't want to also, block both of these guys. Right, so rather easy. Let's play this first, so I can start gaining 2 life a turn, and now I'm gonna put the stop there. Just to remember to add mana with the foreboding statue. I think the game does stop there, but I just want to make it sure that I will have the opportunity to use the tap ability here. And this way I can, maybe bluff some kind of one mana effect, which could be a number of things actually. Okay. Alright, so well, I don't think I need to keep mana open for the bleed dry right now, so I'm going to play the wedding invitation. I do have still access to 3 more mana, but not 4 more. But that was still a fine draw. So now what I do here is I'm going to make this into a 3-power thing, and I think most likely well, yes, I'm going to attack for sure. I'm just thinking about the activation of the lifelink, I would gain 4 more life. With the price of not having the fierce retribution up. But I don't think that's so likely even. So let's just activate this to go to 30 here. Could matter here if there's gonna be some kind of a race situation. This will become a 5-5 after my next turn. Or at the beginning of my next end step. Hallowed Haunting. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit cleric token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control. And they already have a ton of spirits. Wow. I think this might be the kind of mythic rare that usually isn't so good, but in their deck probably is quite good. Okay. So they can attack with that. They could attack with the Drogskull Infantry too. I'll just add some mana now and be done with it. Okay, well this is going to be interesting too. But man, they're gonna get big spirits because they have at least this infantry right now, which they will be able to cast. It's gonna be like a 4-4, isn't it? Well, let's not worry about that right now. I have access to 5 mana, not 6, so I can't play both of these guys. I think I like the Bloodseeker maybe even more here, although it is quite inefficient in terms of mana. Maybe it's just better to use the Socialite here. Now that said, I of course still could... I could activate this for 2, gain again 4 more mana. I mean life. Yeah, this doesn't have to be on the battlefield when I gain life. The Socialite is still a big attacker, I guess, but... Nah, let's go for it. Let's go for this plan after all. I'll get my blood token. That thing will untap. I do have 2 removal spells, so whatever they're gonna enchant with. Okay, they have a... Well, okay, the hallowed thing is going to... Okay, well, I have to remember still that every spirit I get rid of, I will make these things smaller. So I guess I hope that they will use the infantry on... Well, I mean, they're gonna get another one of those spirits with it, so it's not easy. The treasure here eating that imprisonment is not great, but I guess I have still... This race is kind of favoring me, but... Yeah, this can be grindy. At least this will keep adding mana for me. So let's play now the... I'm still gonna play the 5th land. I'm gonna at some point, use these blood tokens, but I'm actually gonna use first of them to transform this guy, I think. Anyway, let's use the mana in my mana pool before it goes away. And then I think I still don't have any particular need to leave mana up for the retribution, so let's just do this and this. This can sacrifice, activates only as a sorcerer, and I get my 2nd blood token in the end. Oh, I have 2 blood tokens here already, so certainly I should maybe sacrifice this already. That said, I can do it easily on the next turn. I don't need a 3-3 blocker here. I'm not gonna block with it anyway, so I don't want to waste this if they have some way to, don't know, some way to kill it. So yeah, let's do it like this. But yeah, the Hallowed Haunting, I haven't seen this card do so much work. Alright, so they get a Spirit Flight. Of course, these Prime Commoners are just great. But I can exile it, so I don't have to even worry about it. Being that, coming back from the graveyard. But now they have these 6/6 ground guys. Which is, it's not Not nothing, I mean, they're gonna deal a lot of damage to me, even though I'm at 36, I was. Okay, so, okay, panicked bystander, that'll be good. That'll be good. But now, can I attack with the socialite? Well, yes, I can make it even unblockable. So kill the Comer. This has many, yeah, I need to make it unblockable. I wanna, of course, transform the panic. Although I will be transforming it easily without this, gaining me any life, but I don't think the wedding invitation is gonna be that much better at any later point. They are tapped out right now. I don't need to use the bleed dry. The Brine Comer won't be at blocking anything right now. So I think I will be doing it like gonna do it exactly like this. Doesn't matter who is gonna. Yeah, do this. Do this. Let's just play a bit faster, shall we? Attack with this, attack with this. And yes, I can sacrifice one of these. I can still transform the blood sugar if I want to. And then they don't they can block. Oh, actually I should have pumped the socialite because they have the block with the flyer, but that block makes them 6/6 a lot smaller. That is actually good for me in a way still. So yeah, let's gain more life. So I still have basically no reason to transform it, because I can always do it on my next turn. I don't have mana to use the ability. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I have the Fierce Retribution now up if I need it. Don't know if I want to use it on the ground, guys. I can take here a lot of damage. I can also just block with the Culprit, because it is able to get Death Touch. Okay, now they have a... So, okay, actually change of plans. I will need to exile the Heron Blessed Geist, because I don't want them to get all those flying blockers there. So it's time to trade with one of these. With the Cackling Culprit. Now I could use the Fierce Retribution, but I think I want to use the Retribution on some potential flyer they might have. This has not a lot of utility. So it will have Death Touch. It will block. I will get 2 life because it dies, I get the life, but then the Hero of Hope will make it into 2. And now I'll get black from this thing. I will bleed this thing dry, so that doesn't. This way, this doesn't go to graveyard, and I can continue attacks with my flyer. I can. No, I can't attack with the socialite right now. Doesn't make any sense, but this does, because I don't want this Brine Comer to go to the graveyard. Well, I'm getting a lot of life here. That is fun. That's fun for sure. I'm still playing the land because I have, mana sink in there. And I guess I will start, using these things to make them, go. Okay, they have more. Yeah, like I said, I need to just kill the flyers. But this is, by the way, down to 3/3 now. Not so great anymore. So, yeah, they will attack with that, be my guest. I won't be blocking that guy. They were not. Alright, so I should just kill that thing, right? The Cruel Witness, just to be able to attack with the Hero of Hope. Now, if they have a Syncopate, well, I have mana to pay it because I have a 7 here now. So, kill this. Adamant will. So be it. At least they... Okay, they have a land which they milled. So now that's an indestructible thing. There's no attack for me now. I will of course gain some life still, and it might be time to Yeah, I'm gonna throw away one of these blood tokens, but I can do it maybe on the end step. Not let them know that I have a land in my hand. Yeah, but I'm gonna start using the blood seeker here now. Scattered thoughts, not a bad one. I mean, that helps them stabilize, but yeah, well, I mean, okay, one land. Okay, yeah, Binding Geist. Alright, so I actually have to win with the Restless Bloodseeker now, it seems. But I have a lot of life gain here per turn. That's 2 plus 3. I get 5 life per turn. Spectral Binding there, doesn't matter. They do get another of these spirits. But yeah, this has as long as you control 7 or more enchantments. Now that is the dangerous part, of course. They have currently only 1, 2, 3, 4. They are not quite there. I could block here, but no, I want to keep the Hero of Hope. I mean, it gives me so much life that that's a better idea. Yeah, let's now do this. This thing here, draw something more. I could, I mean, have my Bum Race here. Okay, Traveling Minister number 2 works as well. Let's play the Minister here. Time to have something for 1 mana. Time to, you know, do this thing here. It will still continue creating me blood tokens. And I think I'll just, I don't know, pump this guy once. I get to attack for 1. They don't have a flying blocker there, so certainly quite nice. No attack with the ground guys. They have such a wall here. So let's. On the other hand, I will of course attack, but I won't be keeping it lifelink because I want to use the blood-soaked Reveler here. I don't want to play this land either. So actually, what I should do is this, and I should have done this pre-combat, but oh well. I'm just gonna use it right away. Why not? 51 life, and it's still not obvious that I'm gonna win here. Maybe I can get my wedding security or something like that. They have also gained a lot of life with the Traveling Minister. Now, if they ever draw a Hero of Hope, that will slow down my clock a lot. But they have a lot of damage, but I have a lot of life. And I have a lot of life gain, of course. I get 2, 4... I get 7 life per turn currently. Unless I'm somehow mistaken here. They're down to 15 cards. I don't think it's gonna be going down to milling here. So, do I want to... I could play the Farmer and then still activate the Reveler here. I think I'm gonna do it. But maybe first I'll just pump the Hero of Hope. Pump the, I guess the full Hero of Hope again. I'll play the Farmer here now. That leaves me mana up for the blood-soaked Reveler. They could have a counter spell here, but it doesn't matter really. Now this can be used at any point. There's no point attacking with this guy now that they left the Cruel Witness on blocking duty. Yeah, what a game. The Hallowed Haunting gave them those big things. There's not... Okay, they're gonna exile this to get a blood token. Makes sense. So yeah, these big things are created by the Hallowed Haunting, but thanks to my life gain business here, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, I mean, I guess this could go down to... It could go down to them decking out. I mean... I don't have that much. I mean, I have only... Basically, they gain 1 life a turn, and I... Oh, Faithbound Judge. Well, I mean... I'm not in a good shape anymore. I think most of my removal... Yeah, I mean... How can I win against the Faithbound Judge? Doesn't have a lifelink though, but... Okay, I'm done with this. Let's just use this and play faster now. Yeah... this is... I mean, this must not go to the graveyard. That's the thing. I wish I could double block, but no. I mean, this is 14 damage. I can't take this many times. I mean, I can double block one of them if I want to, but... Well, I'm gonna take this now at least once, but I mean, this is gonna be a problem. That tapper helps me a bit, although that does mean I don't get to use this, but I guess I need the tapper here. Is that my game plan? Somehow stall here? Okay, the Faithbound Judge, man, that must not die because the curse part will win them the game. I mean, this is not much. With that, if they didn't have a traveling minister, my blood-soaked reveler would be a win condition here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose now because my win condition now. Are they gonna use the syncopate now? Geist Legionnaire, okay. My win condition would be here to make them deck out, but they have too much stuff going on. They had another Binding Geist. Okay, so this was an event where I lost 2 matches to mana issues. And this one was an interesting match, which could have gone either way, but the opponent just outdrew me. Of course, they had the card draw for it. I mean, this was actually an interesting match. But it's pretty obvious that despite my life, buffer advantage here, I'm just losing this in just a matter of turns. The mythic rare they had here just did so much work. All these free tokens, it's just crazy. I'm dead in 3 attacks. That's all it needs. Yeah, don't attack with the minister. They forgot to use it pre-combat, but it doesn't really matter here. So it's time to block with the socialite to transform the farmer, I guess. Yeah. This is not gonna work well. This game has lasted way more than 12 turns, so the traveling minister they have here actually also made them, stay alive here. I mean, I have my wedding security, but that doesn't even do anything. That does like almost nothing. The infantry doesn't do much. It allows the Hero of Hope to start attacking. But I'd rather, use this now and let's just move forward here. This is gonna be able to attack with. Yeah, next turn this can attack, and it has vigilance too. So I'm taking here. Yeah, I'm dying. I mean, unless I make blocks, I'm gonna die on the next turn. I guess the army of 6/6s and all that is gonna be just impossible. There's no draw that helps me in this game now. There's just no draw. I mean, I know I can lose one of the revelers, but it just doesn't help me with any kind of a game plan here. I mean, I'll take these and next turn I block with the infantry, and I'm down to 16, and I was at over 50 in a couple of turns ago. So this is really bad. I don't think I drew the wedding security even once in this game. I mean, in this match, in this event. No, I didn't. The first pick in the draft, I never drew it. Or maybe I did draw it in the game. No, I didn't even have it in the game where I was, mana screwed. Alright, so next turn they're gonna attack with the Fatebound Judge too. I can get something back with the Courier Bat. I can play the Drogskull Infantry. There's no raising them because they have gained all this life from the Minister. Not that I have even have attacks here. I can attack with the Harvester, but they can block with the Bearer or the Infantry, which gives them more triggers from the Hallowed Haunting. I just don't think there is any way to win here. I can pick some creature here now back. It just won't help me either. Panicked bystander will transform, so there's that, but I don't have mana to activate the death touch there. But I guess I'll just do something like that. They have something, so they have a counter spell too. So yeah, well, this is over now. I'm not gonna beat this stuff. They had 9 cards left in the deck. They were not gonna deck out. Well, that was yet another 2-3. This is actually such a common result in my premier drafts. There will be a set completion status update which shows my draft stats after my draft number 40, and that is the premier draft results. They have been weird. There's a lot of 7-win results, a lot of 2-win results, and not a lot of these other ones. So this is the kind of like a cursed point. But again, in this event, I don't wanna emphasize too much, but the 2 losses I got here with this deck, because I think the deck was good. I mean, the kind of a deck that usually should go to like 4 wins, just because of the the reliable mana base, the mana curve, the synergy, and the level of bums here. This was a deck that, if it doesn't face those mana issues, it has a very good chance to win, like average quality decks. But 2 of the 3 losses were non-games, and then this last one was of course against the opponent who had a great deck too, and I just couldn't really connect when they could answer all my big threats, and that could deal any amount of damage, and they had a way better late game than I. So yeah, another 2-win result in my books in the premier draft. So be it. Next draft will be a traditional draft. I think I will again play a couple of traditional drafts before I'm going back to premier drafts. And again, I mean, back at tier 4 bottom of that, so I don't think I'm going to try any kind of ranking up grind fests in December now. So it doesn't matter. I will focus more on traditional drafts now. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.